All right, so we just got through watching Rebels episode or Rebels. Wow, listen to me.
It was
We just
Rebels.
got through we just got through watching Ahsoka episode 5, and wow, that's the only word I can come up with right now is wow.
What was it
Uh,
called again? They may remember that show.
Shadow Warrior.
Shadow
Shadow
Warrior.
Warriors, yep, or Shadow Warrior, yep, yeah, that
Hmm.
was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump in and say that was easily the best episode.
Yeah, I
And the
agree.
segment, the flashback Clone Wars segment was beyond a dream come true for me to see live action Clone Wars, and the actress who portrayed young Ahsoka, completely kicked butt. That was
Yeah.
fantastic. She portrayed the character at that age really well, and really pulled it off. So man, two big thumbs up for me
Yeah,
for
me
this
too.
episode.
Me too. Me too. Much better even than I could have expected. It's not at all what I thought we would get with Hayden Christensen coming back. I thought just maybe like a couple of little flashbacks like we got in the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
But that was, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I give it two big blowholes in honor of the Pergil turds in the
Gil.
punch bowl that they are. But I still think the episode 4 is I can't say this one was better for me because I just loved episode 4 so much. But maybe they're equal, or I don't know, something. They're just so different because
Yeah, they are.
episode 4 was
Oh, they
about
were.
what's
The episode 4 was
episode 4 is what was about
fantastic.
happening in this show. This one was just
Mhm.
about personal stuff for Ahsoka, really.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily about the plot of the show, and all the other characters weren't involved necessarily. They were a little, the rebels were, but my main thing was I love the heroes now. I like all the people who were on the side of the good guys in this episode. I was so much more in their corner now than I was before, and
Yeah.
especially the kid. Put him in charge.
Yeah. Jason
Oh
turned out
yeah,
to be
put him in charge.
wonderful.
Don't you put him in
I was
charge.
wanting
Yeah.
to see Jason, and again, I thought I'd only get like a glimpse. Maybe he'd be there a little bit, and then he'd be left behind or something. I thought I was only going to get him in that first episode when he showed
How
up, and was so
how weird though that it's like the elephant in the room and they won't talk about it.
yeah.
Oh, he sensed you and told him where to find you. Is that right? Well, go play over there, kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're gonna leave you behind. And if I don't come back, whatever. Good luck.
Yeah. Hey, you gonna train me? No. You gonna teach me how to build a lightsaber? No.
No.
You seem like a
Are we
nice
going to
kid,
talk about this
so
anymore?
just don't get
No.
angry. Don't get angry. Nobody pick on this kid. Make sure nobody picks on this kid.
Yeah. Funny.
Send him to Luke or something. I mean,
Right. Exactly.
that may not be the best plan with what we know, but but in their world, in their timeline, it seemed like it'd be the best plan.
Oh wow, wow. I gotta go back and watch it again now.
Yeah.
Hayden, though, I don't even think we need to do an MVP segment
I was
when we
gonna
talk
No,
say the
about
hey,
this.
MVP,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
was
Boom.
Anakin all the
Yeah.
way. Yeah, it was Hayden Christensen
yeah.
playing Anakin, and that just was
What a
fantastic.
revelation.
So incredible.
Like, if only they had
Oh,
let him be like that in
when
the
he
movie.
started going dark, it was like,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
scary. That was scary.
yeah, it's like Anakin, Lord Vader, have you forgotten your medication? Is there any chance you could take it now and just calm the
Your
F down,
eyes are
please?
getting a little
Yeah.
bloodshot.
All right, gut reaction ratings based off of, because normally we do our ratings about 4 days after we've seen the episode. Let's do it now at 5 minutes after we've seen the episode. I give it a 10
I'm
because
giving it,
just for the
you go
clone.
ahead.
You get a
I'm
what?
giving 9.5.
Okay.
I give it an uh,
It
I,
almost came out. I heard
It
it
almost
coming
came out.
out.
It almost went there.
I don't know. I have to think about it because there's things that impact the story and the lore and everything that, but they give you what you want and you're so happy. that you don't recognize the bad parts of it until later.
I'm
But
saying this is a
my
gut
initial gut
reaction.
reaction is 9.5 because it would be a
Okay.
10. Honestly, it'd be a 10. It's I just got to knock at least half a point off for those
For the
stupid whales.
whales.
For the
Yeah.
whales. Yeah, I knew they were
Even
gonna have to
though
make
even
whales.
though
Okay.
it makes sense in a way, and I you know I figured it out way long time ago.
I'm
And
giving it a 10 then. I'm giving it a 10.
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
I don't.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna knock it for the whales because the whales were
Yeah, I'm not
fine
knocking
by
it for the
me.
whales. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not knocking it for the whales.
So there's been one time Greedo and I have agreed on our numbers. I couldn't maintain it this time.
okay. Just for that, I'm giving it a 6.5. So what do you
Right.
got?
It's a
No.
3.2.
We're
No.
getting a bidding war. No, it's
Getting a
I
big
can't
deal.
imagine an episode of a show like this
Mhm.
being much better
No,
Yeah.
than that.
same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just good. I mean, it was just fun. It had an optimistic spirit about it, even
Mhm.
while delving into some dark things. It didn't go too dark for the Disney audience. I would have loved to have seen it gone darker than it did.
Yeah,
I would
but
have loved to have
there's a
seen
certain level they're
what
never
was
going to
the
go beyond.
that series where the clones were really fighting for their lives on that planet,
Yeah.
and they were
The
flat out.
Umbaran arc, yeah.
Yeah, that was so dark. I would love to see them go that dark again.
That'd be
But
incredible in live
yeah,
action.
I still never get over Rex, the guy falling out of the machine on fire, and Rex just shoots him down while he's on
Yep.
the ground.
Yep.
It's like, oh my god,
So dark.
what did I just see?
Yeah. In a cartoon.
Yeah, but you can't
It's
blame
a
Rex at all. I mean,
cartoon.
his guys he's been through so many massacres, he's just lost count. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to imagine it being better than that. I yeah, I wish there was
Yeah.
more at this point. I wish they had started a little hotter than they did somehow. The beginning was so flat, but we've definitely these last two episodes made the whole thing worth it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
It
if they can
probably
deliver on
should.
Thrawn, if they can just deliver on Thrawn.
Yeah.
Yes. Now
It'll
we
be a
get
home
to
run.
the, yeah.
This series will be a home run if they can do that.
I mean, and aren't we kind of rooting for him at this point almost?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you like to see him come back and just punch the New Republic
New
in
Republic in
the
the
face?
face. Yeah.
Just for how dumb they're being. I mean,
Yeah, they're completely ignorant. I don't get why they're portraying them this way, but
no, it's
yes.
like as soon as the Empire fell, just the worst possible people with
Yeah.
no vision and
All the
no.
Where's the
bureaucrats.
sanity of Leia? I mean, where is she?
Yeah,
Why is she a senator? I don't understand. It's like she never wanted to be a senator to begin with, and now suddenly they take over the galaxy, and I'm just going to go be a senator. I don't
and a
get
senator
that.
of what? Alderaa's
Right,
particles.
a senator of what? Exactly. The
Yeah,
planet
Yeah.
doesn't exist anymore.
Hmm.
she have an.
I
I mean,
don't
she
know.
probably has an honorary seat or something. But
That's probably explained more in the novels. I can't remember. I read the novel about her called Bloodline by Claudia Gray, and it was really
I
good.
never read that
And it
one.
was
Yeah.
after
and
the fall of the Empire, but I can't remember what the reasoning was for her working in the Senate.
Yeah.
And that was a point when it was revealed that Darth Vader had been her father, and it was like a big hit against her
that could definitely work
with the
against you.
Republic.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, Mon Mothma isn't getting it done right now, and I know
No.
I know she doesn't want to be a dictator, so she is probably being extra cautious to go with the majority or whatever. But to go through all the BS that you see in Andor and that you can imagine she went through for
Yes.
years,
Oh,
to end up in another situation where you're claiming
yeah.
your hands are tied. My hands are tied. I can't do
Mhm.
anything. It's like, screw that, man. Minnie Bothans died. Minnie Bothans died. Have you forgotten?
Who knows? She may yet step in to help. I mean, we've got, what was this, the fifth episode? So
Yeah.
we've got what, three
3 more
left?
left. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I will say they did something good in these last couple of episodes for me. Like I said, I'm on board with the heroes now. I was pretty much just interested in the villains, but Hera and Jason and all the pilots and Ahsoka's kind of almost in the background for me. It's like she's such a given that
mhm,
I'm not rooting for her as much. I don't think they've done as much to make me root personally for her. Her story is so
Mhm.
huge, and we've seen so many parts of her over the years and all these different shows and everything that I just feel like she's almost like the tension isn't quite there where it could have been, like Hayden really sold it and everything, but I
Yeah.
just had no doubt she was going to get out of there. You know what I mean? Like when he said live or die, I knew she was going to live.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there wasn't the tension there with some of the other characters, and stuff. But I just like the way the characters are coming across. The good characters are coming across now. Like
Hmm.
they're just there should be
And
optimism with them, and
you've given what a 9.5 to an episode that had none of the villains in it at all. So that
Right.
says a lot
That is,
with
yeah,
the
that
yeah.
really
change that's
does.
happened in this series. The villains were not in this at all. So
Mhm.
some impressive work to pick up from where the
Well, the
kind of
villains episode
disappointment we
was
had.
for that. I mean, even
Yeah.
though the heroes played a large part, it was really ended up
Yeah.
being
It
more about the
was, yeah.
villains and their perspective. They made their case. Balin said, "You're a legacy of death and destruction," and now we see that playing out on the other side, like how she's coping with it, and now she's going to take the result of that and go be better, and basically show him the error of his ways by defeating him. I think,
Yeah.
it's a battle of philosophies as much as it is anything else. In the best in Star Wars and in a lot of the good fiction. So she's
Well,
coming
wow.
kind of rearmed with a new strength and realization or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what it was, other than I think she has some optimism to believe she's not just a
Yeah.
killer now.
It feels like
Yeah.
she went through a transition
Yeah.
after that meeting with Anakin.
And I think they showed that it reminded me of when he transformed back. It reminded me of old like Phantom of the Opera or something. When the
Hmm.
mask is pulled off and you see a horrific figure, and then seconds later you see how pathetic they
A
are.
human,
Right.
yeah.
You're scared at first, like you scream and go back, and then when you scream, they cringe back, like,
Yeah,
oh,
that was that
oh no,
moment when
another,
he stepped back from her and his
yeah,
eyes were still red, but the look came over his face. Oh, Hayden was so good where it was a
yeah,
look of like
he's sad.
pain.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
it
and
pains
then
him
he
to be this. It
transformed.
pains him to be this person
Yeah.
that is so tremendously evil as well as good, and you
Yeah,
could see it just drain out of him.
yeah. Oh
Um,
gosh, what a great performance
yeah.
he
Oh
gave.
God,
It's just like,
Yeah. Kudos to Hayden. That was fantastic.
I mean, can you
it really
imagine?
was.
Okay, can you think back to when we were sitting in the theater seeing the prequel movies? And imagine him being able to do that now. I never would
Right.
have thought that we would have that. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's worth it all for that. I mean,
Yeah,
that between that and his few scenes in Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan was just so much more scattered. This was very focused.
yeah,
I felt like, even though I don't know that they proved like any great point, they just illustrated it really well. They showed everything they wanted to show. They showed visually. They made their dialogue pointed. It probably could have been even bigger and heavier, but it was great the way it was. They
Yeah.
kept it simple and visual, and it's just like Obi-Wan in that whole mess of a show, how they came up with that line where he said,
yeah,
I was not your failure, I killed Anakin Skywalker, you didn't, or whatever. It's like that was
yeah,
such a perfect
Yeah.
line.
So good.
It's like the whole reason they want to do the show was to deliver that line. It's they had to figure out a way to make everything happen so he could say that. And so maybe that's why the rest of the show didn't make sense, but but what a great line, I mean,
Yeah.
terrific. And so when he gets those moments, he's knocking it out of the park,
yeah, yeah.
man, damn.
Yeah, I'm still like,
You got that right.
I'm not even that big a Anakin fan or prequel fan. I'm always, you thunder against me.
Yeah, that
See, how did we
was
go from
wonderful.
that to this? That's nothing I would have imagined back when we first heard you turned against me that we
Yeah,
would be getting something like this. So
look at the directors for one thing. You got Filoni directing versus Lucas.
yeah,
Again, nothing against personally Lucas, but I don't think he's proven to be the best director in the world.
With
Great,
actors.
great
Yeah.
idea
with
guy,
actors, yeah,
but yeah, he doesn't work well with actors. So,
He's good
yeah,
at choosing them or finding people to
oh
choose
yeah,
them,
no,
but
he's great at everything else. It's
yeah,
just when it comes to like writing dialogue and
he
directing
just wants them to be
people.
another special effect. Just do what he says.
yeah.
It's like, what's my character? Well, you're evil.
Well,
Faster, more intense.
Just think you're angry. Just get angry. Oh, get
just
angry.
be
Do
angry.
something. Do something. Do what it says there on the page. See what it says on the page there? Do that. Do that, but angry.
That, but angrier.
Yeah.
Angrier, more intense.
But no, I think they probably had, I'm sure they had so many takes to choose from for that, but you got to just give kudos to Hayden for not overdoing it and for living in the moment. Like he didn't try to sell any moment as here it is, the big huge moment, you know.
Yeah.
He lived in it like he would if it was a real character, and sold it with some subtlety, and kind of left some of the broad strokes from the prequels that his character, you know, that his performance was known for, either being too far under or too far on top, kind of behind, and was just lived it perfectly in the middle. I felt like I'll have to watch it again, but I was sold. I mean, and it was like Lanter and him combined.
Yeah, it really was.
The performances, you know, he wasn't as cocky, but that wasn't the point. They did do some of that. They did do some of that, but that wasn't the point of this. This was more about peace versus war and necessity versus ethics, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So wow, I'm thinking about what this would have been like to see in the theater with a bunch of Star Wars fans.
Yeah, that would have been pretty
Clone Wars fans.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
But I'd rather see it with you guys because you put up with me. They would have thrown me out.
Yeah, if any of our viewers got to see it in the theater, please let us know in the comments how it turned out.
Please.
We really would have loved to do that.
They'd be like, Anakin, yeah, woo, snaps, yeah, woo. And I'd be like, hair is orange pants, yeah.
Hair is orange.
Like, get out of here, get out, get out.
You are mocking us. Get out.
No, they were pretty incredible. I was impressed with her orange pants. I really was. Maybe that's why I started liking the heroes in this one more.
More orange pants.
Yeah. I was like, how does she sit in those in the cockpit? Because they're damn tight. But they still had the pockets like a rebel cargo.
Yeah, like you could hold anything.
But, yeah, but especially designed, kind of like Padme's, you know, white outfit.
The white thing, yeah.
There's no way to put anything in a pocket
except one person, extra petite. Anyway, it was great seeing it with you guys.
Yes, this was wonderful.
I'm glad we made it happen. Thanks for making it happen, both of you.
Yeah, absolutely. That was great.
It was wonderful fun.
Whales or no whales, it was good. I just they really miss a chance with Ray Stevenson to do an Ahab thing with the whales, you know.
Of course.
He should have known. He should have gone up there and been like, we have to kill all these before we go.
He may yet do that. You know,
right.
when they arrive.
Thrawn would probably do that. Thrawn would be like,
yeah, Thrawn will have an Ahab
I need
moment.
2 small whales to go with my salami. And then the rest must go.
I eat salami.
I've done the calculations, and the galaxy will not be harmed in the least by one more extinction.
Hello there. Obi-Wan Kenobi here, or James Arnold Taylor, either or. Take your pick. And this is the Cantina Club. This is the show you're looking for. Don't move along. Stay here. Good stuff. Goodbye then.